Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Drop Gems here with another gem for you, and this time it's going to be Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie's remake. I wanted to cover this for a while. This is a movie that's very controversial in the Halloween community, split a lot of people, and overall just a controversial movie for Rob Zombie. We all know Rob Zombie and where he comes from and what he directs, so he puts his little touch and little taste and spin and his paintbrush on Halloween for 2007, and boy oh boy, does he ever. So let's go back to 2007. Halloween has been, after Halloween Resurrection, nothing has come out. Halloween's pretty much dead. Nobody has the balls to pick up the Halloween mantle and run with it. The only person that had the balls, let's be real about it, is Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie had the balls to take on John Carpenter's, perfect 1978 classic, right? Don't touch it. Perfect. You can't do any better than that. But Rob Zombie had the balls. He wanted to make some money. You got to give it to the man. He wanted to make money. He wanted to get his name out there. Boom. There he does it with Halloween. So he takes on this massive undertaking and project. He goes to John Carpenter. He wants his blessing. He says to John, I'm going to make this film. I want your blessing. Carpenter says, you got my blessing, but just make it your own, Rob. Make it your own. And what does Robbie do? Robbie makes it his own. But people are bitching and moaning. It's including John Carpenter. Bitches and moans about this movie. Okay? Now that's something I can't get behind. Now I don't personally like Rob Zombie. I don't personally like him as a person. His wife he puts into films. I know all this shit. I know it all. I don't personally like that. I don't personally like him. I don't know him as a person. But as far as his work, his music, and other movies, I really don't fancy him. I don't like him. It's something I wouldn't go for. But as far as Halloween goes, 2007, oh my, top notch, Rob Zombie filmmaking, cinematography, Michael Myers. I mean, the kills, the characters even. I mean, Laurie Strode in this one. Scout Taylor Compton, amazing performance by her, man. And if you don't like her, then you don't like her. She's annoying to you, then she's annoying to you. I mean, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis is annoying to me. So whatever. But she kills it in the role. She's really good, and she does the best she can with what she has. So, man, what a this movie gets a lot of shit, and a lot of YouTubers, I see a lot of videos, they shit on Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. I'm just talking about 2007 right now, so I'm going to focus on that, not any other Rob Zombie movies, just Halloween 2007, and just saying that, focusing on that movie alone. It was a great movie. You know why it was a great movie to all you other YouTubers and Halloween so-called fanatics? Because there was a reason, a motivation, an explanation given to why Michael Myers is the psychopath, the murdering, non-stop motherfucker that he is. He's not supernatural. He's just a 7-foot, 300-pound pissed off motherfucker about his life. And he's going to take it out on anybody that's in his way. And that's what I'm talking about, Rob Zombie. Thank you, Rob Zombie, for giving a monster a face. Because every monster, even though they're in the dark, they have a face. Okay? And Rob Zombie put a face to this faceless monster in the dark, and I fucking appreciate the balls that he has to do that, and he did us right. So any motherfucker that's a Halloween fan and shits on Rob Zombie's 2007, you're not a Halloween fan, because you're just talking shit, because you're in the bandwagon with everybody else for the cash. And it's all good though. Get your ass in the seat, because I'll sit back and watch 2007, because this massacre, this beast of a man, Michael Myers, in this film scared the living shit out of me. And this is the best Michael Myers you're ever gonna get, and that's it. That's period. And anybody that says different is lying to you, and that's it. They're just lying. And why are they lying? Like I said before, their motives are none of my business. Their motives are whatever they're motivated by. It's in the dark. It's faceless to me. They're like a Michael Myers to me. I don't know their motives, but maybe. That's the way they want it. We don't want to know people's fucking motives in life. We don't want to know why they say what they say or do what they do. But Rob Zombie does want us to know why Michael Myers does what he does, and he explains it. And now you might disagree with the way he explains it in a so-called trashy way or a stereotypical way. It's brutal. I don't like it. I don't condone it. in the beginning of the movie, all that talk and where he comes. But so maybe some kids' lives are like that. Maybe they are surrounded by that talk and speech and violence and intensity and stress every day. And I think they are surrounded by that. So I think Rob Zombie hit a real key point, and he just ran with it, and he did well because that is a true motivation. It's a true thing that happens, and that's what developed in young Michael Myers here. Now you might not like the actor, but he shits on the kid actor and how he acted. But if you look at it in an overall sense, it was well done. And I got to give Rob Zombie a lot of credit where credit's due. And I don't like Rob Zombie. I think he did fuck up the Halloween series with 2, but he can fuck up something that's already trash, that was already out the door. So he really improved Halloween to an extent. He got the name out there again. He got people wanting to watch. He got people talking about the movie and the scenes in the movie and Myers himself. I mean, you got to give credit to Rob Zombie with that stuff. He's got vision. He has something there, and his cinematography, of course, is unparalleled in the cinema world. I've never seen shit like this to my eyes that Rob Zombie does. So he made Michael Myers scary. He made him threatening. He made him brutal. He made him just something to be a force to be reckoned with, and he made him human. He made him human. He is stoppable. He is stoppable, and I like that about it. I like that he is stoppable in a way, but he's not. You know what I mean? But he's not stoppable. But it keeps us on the edge of our seat, keeps us guessing, and I really like that about this movie, 2007. Like I said, I will cover a little bit of the plot here, but I just wanted to give my overall thoughts, going from over here to over there, my analysis of the movie, what I thought about the movie. This is one movie I really can't really rant on, and that's saying a lot, for a movie. I remember waiting eagerly to watch this movie in 2007. I did not see it in theaters. I waited till it came out actually on TV, I would have to say. So it was edited when I first saw it, and man, it just shocked me how cool it was. It just shocked me, and I loved it, and I wanted more Halloween, and Halloween had been on the decline, and the movie hadn't come out for a couple years there, and man, Rob Zombie took the balls to put something out for the fans, and he didn't stray too far at all. I mean, his story typically follows the second half follows the whole movie to a T pretty much, and I really enjoyed that callback. And the first half of the movie is its own thing, which explains why Michael Myers is Michael Myers. And if that's the only the problem people have, is that, hey, they're explaining too much. It's not scary. Get the fuck out of here. He's 7 foot 300 pounds. You could tell me anything about this motherfucker, and I'm still gonna be scared. You can tell me he sleeps with stuffed animals. You can tell me that his mommy tucks him in at night, and this 7 foot 300 pound killer would still be fucking scary to me. You understand what I'm saying? So the motive is an important thing, but it's not everything. But like I'm saying, it gives us something to hold on to. It gives us something to watch, want to learn, want to find out more. So Rob Zombie, props to you on that, having the balls to do that. Now, as far as, let's go through a little bit of the plot here, the movie itself. So we start out with, Michael Myers murdering his sister and her boyfriend in the house. Now, he does this because he is pushed mentally, abused verbally, and maybe physically, violence-wise, day after day. And he's pushed by his sister, he's pushed by the boyfriend, and he's pushed by his mother's lifestyle neglect. So yeah, so that's basically it. So Michael initially, he you feel for him in a way because he's surrounded by all these bad people, and you see the good in him a little bit. So the actor in the movie does a really good job of keeping you not knowing if you should like little Michael Myers or you shouldn't at some point. Now, the point where you don't like little Michael Myers is when, of course, he gets in trouble at school and you find this animal in a bag. And the teacher says, we found this in his backpack. That's the part where my stomach turned and I said, well, this little Michael isn't there is no good in this little Michael. He's way far gone. Maybe what his family has done to him is it's just accelerated his behavior, and he was already like this. So this is where a really deep psychological thing happens in the household with Rob Zombie and how he puts it together. So fuck everyone if they don't overanalyze this and analyze this movie, they don't take the time to, just because of a couple of bad words and bad language in the beginning. So let's stay on track. So Loomis, the doctor's introduced, which is played by Michael McDowell. He's great. He's great in the film. He fits Loomis to a T. I love it. I love him in the role. He should have been in the role more so. Man, he's great in this fucking movie. I like him. He's charismatic. I believe that he wants to help, and I believe that he knows what he's doing. So cool. He comes into the picture. He tells the mother. The mother is in denial, of course. And then we have Michael committing his first murder to a boy that was bullying him. Now, this murder here, I want to discuss this murder. This murder is pretty horrific. When I saw it, man, Rob Zombie, dude, more that I talk about him, the more that he gives me a little bit of a rush, man, because that was some intense shit. So getting beat with a stick for a good 5 to 6, I felt like 10 minutes, but it must have been only 3 or 2. Rob Zombie, man, props to you. That was a brutal kill for Myers. So he does the kill. He goes home like nothing happened. It's Halloween. He asks to go trick-or-treating. His mother has to go to work. The sister's supposed to take him. She doesn't. She instead goes upstairs to do things with the boyfriend. Myers is, of course, disappointed and pissed in a way, and he sits there and sulks, and the boyfriend's taunting him and teasing him, and finally Myers is bored enough. He's had enough, so he kills the boyfriend. He goes upstairs, he kills the sister, and he kills the other boyfriend. So let's put it this way. I would have to say the murder of Judith Myers was drawn out for me. I think it was too drawn out, too many stabs. I get the point. She's walking, she's in a tight little shirt. He's killing her. All right, but anyways, it was good. And then he just sits down like nothing's happened. It's a very intense little sequence, I have to say. And the music is just, the camera work is shaky. It's good. The music's good. Cool. Props to Rob Zombie. So we continue to that. We go to the hospital. Of course, he's locked up, and they show the relationship between Dr. Loomis and Michael. Now, this relationship you do not see in any of the movies. You could say 4 and 5, but it wasn't really that kind of relationship. You see behind the scenes of, man, after Myers kills his sister, you get to see how it would be. And it's pretty cool, man. You got to give props to Rob Zombie to coming up with things and that are not even that bad. So very well done. So they do this hospital scenes, and you start to kind of care about the relationship between Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis. You care about it, but as you see, it deteriorates over time. And as the years go by, Michael shuts down completely, and he doesn't even talk at all for 15 years. So there's no advancements made. We skip ahead to 15 years. Myers is huge. He's been just living his life. And yeah, we get to the breakout. I'm not going to cover much of the breakout. We have 2 alternate scenes of the breakout. I'm not going to discuss those. Don't really give a shit about that. The point in my movie review here is, of course, Halloween itself. So let's skip ahead. He gets out. He escapes. And there's this cool scene with Joe Grizzly, which is a truck driver. He goes into the bathroom. Joe Grizzly, bitch. Perfect. Fucking awesome. Giant versus giant. They're smashing shit around. You gotta fucking love that. Anyways, he gets his overalls from Grizzly. And, man, he goes back to Haddonfield. Now his purpose and his motive, of course, is his sister. In this movie, it is the connection. There is the connection there. Zombie leaves the connection. Since Zombie leaves this connection in, I know this whole time that Michael Myers is motivated to go kill his sister or be with his sister. It's such a cool fucking concept. And it's cool because he plays it out. He plays out this concept all the way. And you get to see how Michael Myers would actually react if he got to be with his sister one-on-one. And it's not to murder her. He wasn't murdering her. He put his knife down. It is a great little moment. And it's a cool moment. So props again to Rob Zombie for fucking with my emotions. Props to Rob Zombie. Okay? Let's move on. So, anyways, we skip ahead to the 15 years. Like I said, he breaks out. He kills the truck driver. He takes his clothes. Halloween comes. Michael goes home. And, of course, he gets his mask. Very cool. He ditched the mask. It's cool. It's smart. Rob Zombie, he's prepared. So Rob Zombie has more effort in writing this movie than 2000 Halloween Kills. Let's put it that way. So anyways, Lori and her friends, of course, are around. We have Annie, which is played by Jamie Lloyd over there, Miss Danielle Harris, and another chick, and there's her friends, and they're walking around, and it plays out just like the '78 version, where one of them dies in one of the houses, and of course Michael is stalking the rest, and he just wants his baby sister. That is the And in the beginning of this movie, they do show you the baby sister, which is called Boo. So it's you know this connection, and you know why he's motivated. It's very cool. And now, yeah, so that's what happens. Myers wants his sister. He gets her. Now, let's cover that scene where he does get her, and they're down in this little basement of his house or what have you. He shows her the picture. She doesn't. She's trying to figure out what it is he's trying to say, and it's just a cool moment. It's a moment where you think, hey, he's human. Like, this is all he wanted. He did all this killing just to get to his sister, and now he's done. He puts down the knife. He takes his mask off. He's done. He's finished. And it's just a cool moment, man. It shows that every boogeyman, every man has a weakness. Every man can be stopped. And what is he motivated by? Boom, that's all. He was just motivated to be reunited with his sister. It's a cool fucking thing. They should have ran with it in Halloween 2 in the original. In Halloween 4 they kind of did. They should just ran with it in this new trilogy, I'm trying to say, in some way. But they didn't, because Zombie had a lot of things right. And no matter if you don't like Zombie, or you don't like his movies, or you don't like this movie in particular, he had a lot of things right when he's writing for this movie Halloween, and how he put things together and how they made sense. So let's talk about the ending here. After that scene, she of course stabs him. That makes sense because she doesn't know what's happening. She takes the moment to stab him in his weakness. He then realizes, he's got to kill her. So it's a cool scene where he's chasing her around the house. And now we go to Dr. Loomis showing up. And it's just, when Loomis shows up, there's immediate relief and there's adrenaline. Because that Loomis is Michael's kryptonite, but then again, you're not sure. So it's Zombie once again, fucking with your emotions. Good shit. And the more I talk about this film and Rob Zombie, the more praise you hear me saying about Zombie, because it's a crazy undertaking to take on a movie like this. And to be John Carpenter, not give a little props to Zombie is bullshit to me, now that I think about it. I'm not really, like I said, a huge Rob Zombie fan, but when you do things like that just for money, it hurts. So Zombie has every right to feel slighted and hurt by that. But anyways, I don't know if he does. I don't think he would care. But so anyways, we go to Mr. Loomis showing up, and he pumps a couple shots into Michael Myers, and it's cool because you think he's dead. Boom, he's not dead. Surprise, surprise. And yeah, and the movie ends on it reminds me of Quentin Tarantino like ending, and it's interesting. It leaves it there. It's intense, man. Rob Zombie, man, he takes you on a roller coaster ride from the start of that film to the end, and he really delivers. So, I gotta give props where props is due to Rob Zombie. Is it a perfect film? Of course not. It's not a perfect film. Is it a perfect Halloween film? I wouldn't say it's a perfect Halloween film, but I would say it's a Halloween film. Okay? And he sticks to a lot. He actually gives us substance to the film, and he gives us answers to questions to the film and motivations, and he gives us a beast ass Michael Myers. The best Michael Myers you're probably gonna see in any Halloween, to tell you the truth, hands down. So I have to say, Rob Zombie, props to you, my man. Props to you. And anyone else that has anything else to say about it or anything different, please leave a comment down below. That'd be awesome. I'd like to see your take on this film. And I just always, with Halloween, want to tell the truth. And I see a lot of reviewers and a lot of fans of Halloween not telling the truth to the viewers, not telling the truth about the Halloween movies, about the franchise itself. And they're even going as far as, just jumping on what other people say because they don't want to go against. They don't want to go with their heart. They don't want to go with the truth because, of course, the truth gets you nowhere. But fuck that. I'm here to tell the truth, and even if it gets me nowhere. because this is something I believe in. This is something I like to do. And you know what? It makes me feel good to release the beast on this piece of shit movies. But I'm giving praise to Halloween 2007. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007, not John Carpenter's, that's for sure. Rob Zombie puts his name on it, puts his stamp of approval for the next generation. And boy, oh boy, does he deliver in this movie. I would say watch this movie. Yes, I would. I would watch this movie. If you haven't seen any of the Halloweens, I would start out, honestly, with Halloween 2007. Okay? You can just watch that, and you'll be happy with this. So you'll know exactly what 1978 is all about, just in a different way. So yeah, I would watch this movie. I would advise you rent it. I would advise you watch it, and you might enjoy it. So yeah, that's my review and a little bit of a nice rant on Halloween 2007. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. And anything else you want to say? Like I said, just leave a comment below. Appreciate it. Drop gems. We're always dropping gems.